Good morning, Stanley, and everybody else, including Dangerous Bob. Welcome. Glad you could join us. So let's get started talking about CES 2026 on GoFor Lunch for January 13th, 2026, brought to you by GoFor Technology. I'm Roger Harmon, your host, and we are here to make your technology work for you. Well, it's International Skeptics Day, and some of the products that we're seeing at CES this year you should be skeptical about because they may never see the light of a retail shelf. So CES, formerly known as the Consumer Electronics Show, is powered by the Consumer Technology Association, and it happened last week in Las Vegas. There were over 14,000 attendees, 6,900 media representatives, over 60% of Fortune 500 companies were represented. There were 41,000 exhibitors, and they were not just at the Las Vegas Convention Center, but spread over convention spaces in all the major hotels, with lots of activities being done in meeting rooms at different hotels for people that didn't want to spend the money on being on the convention floor. And there were 400 conference sections or sessions with 1,300 speakers. So it was a presentation of the latest in technology, and what happens at CES is hopefuls come with new products, trying to make a deal with distributors and with retailers and get their products to market. So as we mentioned earlier, some products are vaporware, which means they will never see actual distribution in the marketplace. So let's start off with talking about flying cars. What CES coverage would be complete without at least one flying car? So that's a vertical takeoff and landing vehicle. It's called the Air 1. It has 1 hour of flight time, and it has 8 rotors, and this one has a wing which helps its efficiency and its range. It can go up to 150 miles an hour. It has a 100-mile range, and you can buy it for a measly $150,000, and they are taking pre-orders right now. So they expect to have about 20 or 30 out this year and increasing production in the years to come. Robot vacuums were everywhere at CES this year. And the one that caught most people's eye was the Roborock stair climbing vacuum. So a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's see what that looks like.
Roborock has emerged as one of the most innovative names in robot vacuums around. They've been using CES to introduce their latest achievements. Last year, that was the Z70, a vacuum with a robotic arm for picking up debris left around your house. This year, it's taking things to the next level, as in the next level of your actual house, thanks to the Saros Rover, a new robotic platform that can climb stairs. Now, we've seen robot vacuums climbing stairs for about the last year now. Companies have been introducing platforms that allow their existing robot vacuums to navigate up a staircase. Roborock, though, is doing something quite different. This one does it all on its own with no external accessories, thanks to the presence of 2 robotic legs with wheels on the end. It can extend these legs, stand and balance on them, and then hoist itself up to the next stair. Then it tucks the legs away behind it and gets ready to climb the next one. In just a matter of moments, it can make it all the way to the next flight. Or, and this is something no one else is doing, it can stop on each stair on its way up and vacuum, cleaning up as it goes. Right now, though, this is largely a proof of concept. The robot vacuum can climb the stairs, but Roborock hasn't nailed down all the other important specs that we're going to need to know about before this thing's ready for launch. Things like suction power, battery life, all the other important details you're going to want to know. That said, this thing will climb your stairs and vacuum them, and that's something you can't get from any other model in the market. So no matter how this looks coming out the gate, shoppers are going to be very excited about it.
So that's a amazing concept. So robot vacuums also can mop, so they can clean your carpets with their brushes and mop your harder surfaces with their mops. So there's 3 different ways that they do that. They have round circular pads, usually 2 of them. They have just one stationary pad. These pads rotate. And then they also have a brush here that rotates. So that is in addition to the vacuum brush, which you see here. Most of them are orange. And they have non-clogging technology so that they don't clog with pet hair and other things. So that's what the bottom of a robot vacuum looks like. And they have been improving every year, and they do a pretty good job of both vacuuming and mopping. So on the same idea as a robot vacuum, here is a robot window cleaner. So it uses suction to attach itself to your window, either on the inside or the outside. This one is designed for larger windows. And as you can see here, there's a 15-foot hose which goes to its base station. The base station has a battery in it, so if you lose power while you're washing your windows, the window washer won't fall to the floor. The battery will keep it going until you can safely disconnect it from the window. And the battery or the base station is also a carrying case, so half of this will open up to carry the unit here. So this one is $400 to $600. There are smaller versions available that use that same kind of 6-inch pad that the vacuums use, and those start at about $125. So there are some cheaper versions available, and of course the smaller ones will work great on your smaller windows. Seattle Ultrasonics introduced a knife. So this knife vibrates to make precise cuts, and it gives you the cutting power with minimum effort. However, it does cost $400. So it has a little red switch here that you press. The piezoelectric device is in this handle that makes the blade vibrate 40,000 times a second. And you can also get for $100 this charging stand, but you can charge it with USB charger by just plugging it into the battery here that's at the end of the knife. So it's a nice thing to have if you have weaker hands now, and it will cut very precisely. You can also brush your teeth now with one brush. The Y brush will brush your uppers and your lowers all at the same time. They say you stick it in for 20 seconds and your brushing job is done. So here's a way to have art in your house. That's an AI art frame. It uses e-ink, so it's battery operated, and you can put your family photos in there, or you can put your copies of artwork in there. And because e-ink doesn't take up very much electricity, and there's no cords because it has a battery in it, and that battery will last you for 2 years. So you can either have art or your family photos rotating in there on your wall. Who hasn't wished that there was a robot that could do your laundry folding for you? Well, there is now. So let's see how that works. So grabs the t-shirt, positions it, and it's going to take that gray shirt out of the way here in a minute. It figured out the gray shirt was not the same as the black shirt. And now it's going to fold it nicely and make a stack. And then it's going to go into the laundry basket and get another piece of clothing. So another thing that is being done with a robot is pool cleaning. Now this particular pool cleaning robot goes underwater, goes up the sides, but it has a robotic arm that will pick up items on the bottom of your pool, like toys or maybe a large branch, and get it out of the way so it doesn't tangle up the mechanism here. You can see it has a track system, and these are the brushes here in the back, and it will go underwater and it will clean your pool. So sometimes you want a device that will jumpstart your car. Sometimes you want a device that will inflate your car tires. And sometimes you want a device that will recharge your iPhone and other electronic devices. Well, this unit here does all three. So it's a little bit on the large size, but it has a very big battery, a 5700 or 57,000 milliamp battery in it. So it has enough power to do all three of those things easily. So a nice accessory to have with you to keep everything going. So smart shades have been around for a while. However, they never had one that would work on an arched window, but they do now. So these are automated shades that you can program to open and close whenever you want. So this one will work on an arched window, and then back here in the background is a trapezoid window, and they also have a shade that works on that kind of a window. So no matter what shape your window is now, be it rectangular, arched, or trapezoid, you can have a smart shade to make it cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. So smart locks have been around for a while, but this one is innovative in that it has solar power. So here's a solar panel right here in the center. It will work with touch control, or up here you have a camera which will do facial recognition. So either way, you can get into your house and you don't have to worry about the batteries dying, which usually have to be replaced every 1 or 2 months on a normal smart lock door lock. So that's a very good idea. Here's another great idea for watering your plants and your lawn. It's a sprinkler system. So it waters sections. So you can have it programmed to do a section over here on the left. You can have a different program for the section here in the middle, and a third program for the section on the right, and a fourth program for watering the lawn. So you don't have to dig up your lawn to put in a sprinkler system. You don't have to dig up your flower beds to put in drip irrigation. So it is a nice system to take care of all your watering needs. Getting around is easier now. So you can get around with the help of an exoskeleton. So this will strap onto your waist and also onto your legs and actually help you move your legs. It will give you up to 15 miles of increased range. Also, if you have a mobility problem, it'll help you walk. So there were several companies exhibiting these exoskeletons to help you move further or move better. So here's something you didn't know you needed: a shoe cleaner. So this will analyze your material of your shoe, and then using this stock here that rotates and these brushes that go up and down, it will not only wash your shoe, but it will sanitize it. So for only $500 or $800, you can have one of these in your very own home and have no more dirty, smelly sneakers. Well, that brings us to questions and comments. So if you haven't already, please put your comment in the section there on the right on YouTube. Do me a favor, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Push the little button down below and ring that little bell, and you will be notified when we do anything on YouTube. We've been having a little bit of problem of the Gopher Gazette, which comes out at 7 o'clock every Monday morning, going into junk mail folders. So if you aren't seeing your Gopher Gazette, check your junk mail, and we will work on a solution to that problem. So let's see what you have to say here. And let me see if I can find my comments, which have disappeared on me. Okay, let's get rid of this and save that. Okay, here we go. There they are. So if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in. I don't see any so far. Next week, we're going to feature Mac or Apple-centric products that were displayed at CES. So it'll be more in line with the Apple ecosystem. So that's something to look forward to. So if you think of anything that you would like to know more about, you can email me or you can call me, and that information is coming up right now. Also, if you'd be so kind as to give us a thumbs up, that helps YouTube show this to more people. So have a great rest of your day. We'll be back at high noon on next Tuesday for another GoFor Lunch.